America and the world have lost a great human being with the death of President Jimmy Carter. A deeply religious Christian, he maintained deeply held and lofty goals throughout his life. More importantly, he worked tirelessly to get them accomplished. Whether he was in public office or not, President Carter strove to build a better world for all of us. As a public official, President Carter aspired to make government competent and compassionate, responsive to the American people and their expectations. His achievements were notable, but in an era of rising energy costs, mounting inflation, and continuing tensions, it was often difficult for his administration to meet these high expectations. He made the same efforts to end conflict around the world, again with mixed results. His hallmark accomplishment was the Camp David Agreement of 1978, when he helped bring amity between Egypt and Israel. But he also faced tough challenges elsewhere in the world, particularly in Iran, and the seizure as hostages of the U.S. Embassy staff there. Still, he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 2002 for work to find peaceful solutions to international conflicts, to advance democracy and human rights, and to promote economic and social development. His work after leaving the White House was perhaps his most impressive. He never grew tired of trying to improve the lives of the less fortunate. Whether it was he and his wife Rosalind's effort to eradicate disease in Africa, or their work to spread Habitat for Humanity's mission to build affordable housing, Jimmy Carter was an indefatigable defender of the defenseless. He was also a politician who could put aside partisan fighting and try to work out real solutions with his opponents. Of course, Jimmy Carter was a political adversary of mine. I was chairman of the President Ford Committee when we narrowly lost to Carter in 1976. 4 years later, in 1980, I was senior advisor to the Reagan-Bush campaign when we returned the favor, and I opposed many of the policies that he advocated. But I enjoyed working with President Carter on issues after he left the White House. Our adversarial experiences did not preclude us from cooperating in 1989 to advance America's interests by bringing peace to Nicaragua, and then ultimately to El Salvador. In 1996, we served as co-chairman of a group that observed the national elections in Nicaragua. And in 2005, we worked together again as co-chairman of the Bipartisan Commission on Federal Election Reform. It is sometimes hard to imagine in today's hyper-partisan atmosphere that something like that could happen, but we did it. Jimmy Carter will be missed for his good works and his optimistic belief in the goodness of mankind. Susan joins me in sending the Carter family our deepest sympathy for the loss of their loved one.